Hey guys, we're making our Carni Cakes today, but we're making them different. We're using ground chicken instead of ground beef. So if you want to see how I'm making my breakfast cake that I make every morning, you could put cheese on them. You could put nothing on them. You could put extra salt and pepper on them. They are just a blank slate. It is just cheese and meat. I've lost 180 pounds with a combination of carnivore, keto, and counting calories. I reached my goal in November of 2022, and over the past year and a half, I've noticed the scale went up about 8 pounds. Let's experiment with carnivore and counting calories and see what improvements I can make. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. To get this started, I'm going to heat up my skillet. Y'all haven't seen me cook ground beef in a skillet in probably 2-3 years, but that's what we're going to do, so I'm going to get the skillet heated up. Okay, it's heated up. I'm going to add just a little bit of oil. Undo that. And now I'm going to go ahead and today we're going to do them with chicken today instead of the usual ground beef. I was wondering how this would taste, and I had these in my freezer, so I left them out to defrost last night. So we are going to do chicken Carni Cakes today. There we go. And now I'm going to cover this for just a couple minutes to kind of let the heat kind of spread throughout. Somebody had asked me, are these dry? Absolutely, they are dry, okay? These are, because I'm able to pick them up and carry them around. I'm not bothered by things that are dry. So they're drier than just a regular pancake. And also somebody asked me about the size of my skillet. So I want to compare this. This skillet you see is straight down. So the size of this lid, see how there's a difference in the size of this lid and the size of the bottom of this? See it through there? You can see the ring through there. So while this may, let me measure the very bottom because that's what people have asked me about the size. Okay, so the bottom of this skillet is right at 7 inches. So if you can see that it's right at 7 inches from at the bottom. Now the top, it'll say they're going to call it a 10-inch skillet. But like I said, this one you can see it has the beveled edges. So this is the one I use for my Carni Cakes. I'm using this for the ground beef, but if I use this one for the Carni Cakes, they'd be even more thin. And I really like the size of them when I use this pan. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and start chopping this up. And I'm going to chop this up ever so often. And this was 2 pounds of the ground chicken. So, and for those who also are tracking, I used... I don't know how else to do it, but I used the cooked weight whenever I did my Carni Cakes. So I'm sure the calories are going to be off some, but it's the best I could do, So I used 2 ounces of the cooked meat whenever I made them last time. So I'll probably do the same. I guess if I want to be technical, I can weigh this whenever it's all done and divide that out of, into 6, no, this is 2 pounds. So divide it into whatever and then get the total weight and divide it into whatever. But I ain't about that life. I ain't that serious about it. I'll just know if my scale doesn't move, then use 1.5 ounces of cooked chicken. That's kind of how I did it the whole way down. I weighed everything based on when it was cooked. But then if the scale moved, I added less. Because in all reality, it really doesn't matter. You're looking at what you're plugging in. And then if your scale doesn't move, that's when you adjust. Or if your scale moves too much, that's when you adjust. So I'm not concerned if my 1,700 calories is the real 1,700 calories. I'm just saying that's 1,700 calories for my body. And if my body quits losing weight and I start going to 1,600 calories, I don't care if my 1,600 calories are the same as the real 1,600 calories. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. But I'm going to go ahead and get this chicken cooked up. I'll come along and chop it every few minutes. I could season it, but I don't season my ground or my ground beef when I cook the Carni cakes. I'll just wait and season the Carni cakes. So, all right, I'm going to get this cooked. Okay, once you're pretty sure it's all done, then you're going to take it out. And I'm going to put it in servings of, let's see. Well, first I got to see how many servings I'm going to have. So, I'm gonna see, but I'll see how many servings this gets. But if I think of 2 ounces per serving, but I want to have it in separate containers, so let me just kind of see where I'm at, and I'll be right back. So people ask me all the time, why don't I eat chicken? Okay, I'm going to see if you can see how much liquid. I didn't add water to this, but can you see how much liquid is in there? Trying to make sure I got it to where you can see it. You see all that liquid in there? That's how much liquid I pulled off, okay? All that liquid is how much came out of that chicken. Now we can weigh it. Hang on, let's just see. Okay, so each container of chicken was supposed to be 1 pound. And unless I'm wrong, 1 pound is 16 ounces. Let's look right here. Household scale. Oh, that don't have it. Ziggy, how many ounces in 1 pound?
1 pound is 16 ounces.
Okay, that's what I thought. So that was 16 ounces. So you see we've got 7 ounces of liquid that come out of here. This is 12 ounces. And this is 10 ounces. So this is what frustrates me about chicken. So we got 22 ounces. Ziggy, 22 plus 7. 29 ounces. So I'd be okay if even there was, 29 ounces in the end of product. But this, I did a video and I really need to do it again. But chicken is the absolute worst. No, 73% was worse than chicken. And then, but 80% ground beef was the best for amount of meat out of fluid that you lost versus how much meat you get back out of it. I think like when doing it dollar per dollar, chicken was down there with the 72%, so or 73% beef. But anyway, this is why I don't like buying chicken. But you see all this now. Yeah, that could be a great chicken broth. If you like chicken broth, awesome. You use this. I don't like broth. I don't like it. Soup is for sick people. It's just the way I think. But anyway, so I've got it at 12 ounces and then 10 ounces. So and then this will be, so this would make 5 of my Carni cakes and this would make 6 of my Carni cakes. So, but I had these, I wanted to try it. So this is an experiment. But anyway, I just wanted you to see the difference in why I don't like to buy chicken. Same thing happens when I buy chicken thighs or chicken breast. In my opinion, they inject those beautiful thick chicken breasts with saline to puff them up. And I don't want that much liquid. I'm not going to be drinking it. So anyway, that's why I personally don't use a lot of chicken. All right, hang on. Since I do have this, I'll give this to the dogs this week. You can kind of see, yeah. So I'll give this to the dogs this week, but I just thought I'd, anyway, show you. All right, back to the Carni cakes. So to get it started, I am going to turn this on and give it a couple sprays. I do not use a lot of oil. I know somebody had said that theirs was real wet. Well, I just use a couple sprays, and you can use the pss, pss kind, the other kind of spray. I got this off Amazon, thought it was kind of cute. Saw somebody use it, and I'm like, you know how easily influenced I am, y'all? I needed this in my life. Plus, I don't get big pores, so this helps me. But anyway, so I'm going to do that. And now let's go over and start our actual building process. When I do these, I typically keep 2 going at a time. So I'm going to use this spoon And I'm going to get me 2 ounces of this ground chicken that we just cooked up. Might do a hair less. Like I might do 1.9 just to make sure I get enough. Alright, so 1.9. And then I'm going to do 3 eggs. Let me get my trash can over here so that way I can put it right into my trash can. So I'll crack my 3 eggs. 1. 2. I can never crack eggs without getting the yolk or the white of that egg everywhere. I get it on up there, get it on my fingers. Anyway, now I'm going to wash my hands. Hang on. Alright. Nona Grace. Y'all, if you aren't watching Nona Grace, you're missing out. But Nona Grace, do you know a trick to cracking eggs without getting yolk on your fingers? So our seasonings this time, we're going to try to kind of change it up a little bit. This isn't new, but this is the Kinder's caramelized onion butter. Because I love me some onion flavor in my stuff. I bought this from TJ Maxx a long time ago. It's roasted garlic, rosemary, and sea salt. So we're going to put some of that in there. And then, might as well leave the lid off. And I got this Montreal chicken. Looks like it's going to run out before we get done. So some are going to have it and some are not. This was just one of those spice blends that you get at the Walmart. So now I'm just going to break up the yolks and get them all stirred up here. And I just thought, well, for a different taste, I'll try chicken. But every time I cook chicken, I just get so mad because I see how much we lose when we make chicken. It just makes me so dadgum mad. I promise, I'm going to do a video. Editing Terry. Add to your shopping list 1 pound of all the different types of ground meat. Okay, so we got this mixed up. And let's go on and pop this in and then we'll make up the other 2. Come on. Okay, so from here I just poured my mixture. And please note this is that little skillet like I like. So, got that. And then I try, if I can remember, to spread that ground beef or the ground meat around so that way I get it in most bites. Alright, and then I cover it and I set my timer for 4 minutes. Alright, we'll come back in 4 minutes for this piece, but let's go back and make up some more of these. Alright, so again, we're going to crack 3 eggs in each of these. That way we can get them in 2 batches. So I'm going to crack 6 eggs. I'll be right back. Okay, so now we've got our 3 eggs in here. Let's get our chicken added. I already have 2 Carni Cakes in the refrigerator. They're the beef ones. So I will use those 2. This is my logic. So today's Saturday. I'm going to eat one of these today. So I'll need one for Sunday, Monday. And then, so that's the 2 already made. And then if I make 5, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So by making 5 today, I'll have enough till including next Saturday. Now next week Terry may wish I didn't do Saturdays, but I want to do that because then if something happens and I don't have time to make the Carni Cakes for my breakfast that morning, then it'll be okay. So I should, let's see, that'd be 3. So I have to make 2 more. But anyway, so let's get these going here. Or 2 more after these 2. So again, we're going to add in our Montreal chicken. Hey, I might have enough. Some of our Kinder's caramelized onion butter. And then some of our roasted garlic, rosemary. Oh, jeez Louise. That's going to be powerful. I'm sorry whatever day Terry gets this one. Whoo, Nelly. She's going to be like, wah. That's some seasoning there, Terry Bear. That's some seasoning. Alright, so that one's ready. And then this one will be ready. Get these stirred up. And then I'll carry them over to my stove. And then we will have, we got about, 30 seconds. So, all right, I'll see you as soon as those others are done. Something I do want to say, if your skillet is a different size than mine, your top may not be done. I do not flip it until this top is almost solid or all the way solid. See how that top doesn't jiggle? That means I'll flip it. But if it is not solid, I don't flip it. Sometimes I have to wait 5 minutes. There's times where I got to wait 6 minutes. But I just start off with 4 minutes because usually 4 minutes is enough. So now I leave the lid off and I leave it uncovered for 4 minutes. And these didn't get as brown as my last one. So, I guess it just depends. Sometimes they get brown, sometimes not. But the point is, I want them to be dry so that I will be able to pick it up and hold it, just like a plain pancake. Okay, so when your timer goes off, like I said, I like mine to kind of swirl around, then I know it's done. So the timer is going off in 1 second. So now we're going to migrate over to there where my grates are. So come on. So now from here, I like to flip it upside down so I can make sure the bottom is as done as I want it. See, that one did get brown. That one got more brown. So, all right. Now let's do another one so you can kind of see for sure my process. As far as the oil, I tend to spray after every other one. So this next one, I'm not going to spray the oil. But after this one, I will spray the oil. So spray, cook to, spray, cook to. That tends to be my my preferred. That's what I notice when it sticks versus not sticking. So we'll just keep the rotation going, and then I'll cover this one for 4 minutes. And then sometimes the top gets done before your 4 minutes is up. So I kind of flip it back and forth till it can start doing sliding like that, because I want it to be able to slide around. But see, the top is done, so I wait until the top is mostly done. And now I'll set it for 4 minutes. And it might be different because I'm using chicken, or maybe my temperature is a little higher than normal when I cook them, because I've had people ask this. See, off is straight up. I do it straight down on medium. But see, it was just a tiny bit over. So I do it straight down. Off is straight up, medium is straight down on mine. So I do it straight down. So now again, this will go for 4 more minutes and it'll done. Let's go. I'll flip this over in a minute, or put it on the thing, and then we'll try our first one, our initial one. All right, 4 minutes is up. So again, I flip it over on my hand, and I will go set it on the dealie. All right, before we go do a taste test, I'm gonna line up one more. And I cover it for 4 minutes. And then we'll go do a taste test. Come on. All right, here we go. These are pretty flexible. You could probably even use them for, if you leave out the meat, you could use, or leave the meat in it. Now, if you're keto, put you some toppings in there, and you already got your meat already built into it, and you could just add some tomatoes, some lettuce, some cheese, some salsa, and you got yourself your own. It's a nice thick. It's like a gordita. Isn't a gordita? Isn't that the one? Or you could set this into a crispy shell. But anyway, so you got and you already got your stuff built in, your meat built in. But anyway, so let's give it a taste, because this is going to be my breakfast today. So this one is, my hands are definitely a little slick. Oh, shoot, fire. I need to go flip that other one. So hold your horses before we taste this. Okay. And these other ones, as they're going along, these are getting done a little faster than the first ones, and the ones with the ground beef. I don't know why. But anyway, but yeah. So you can see the little bits of chicken in there. Let's see what we think. They're good. I like them. Good job, Terry. So that's gonna be my breakfast today. So anyway, all right. I'll see you when they're all done. So every time I throw away broth, I have people freaking out and saying, drink that broth. Broth, 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 broth. That's this freezer. And we got broth, broth, tallow, 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 lard, and cream of mushroom soup. So I have tons of these things in my freezers. So, oh, wait a minute. Oh, what's under this lard? Tallow. So that's why I say I don't save these. Oop, I dropped y'all. I have so much already saved that I don't need to add any more to my life. So look at this freezer. This freezer. That's all right, though. That's all right. I'm good. Anyway, I'm not showing you this because I'm trying to show you anything specific, like about the meat. This was about, you saw I have about 6, 7 different broths. And so it's like, I don't need any more broth. So that's why I wanted to show you. So, because people are always like, oh, save the broth. Oh, I have, but I've run out of containers to use for it. And then I don't even use it because I'm rarely sick. So, all right, I just wanted to talk to you about the broth. So they are done, and now I'm going to let them cool. And when I come back, we'll put them in Ziploc bags. And you know what's funny? I did not take into account that I was eating one today, which I think is hilarious. Because, anyway, so there's one for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So next Saturday, Terry, she's going to have to make her own breakfast. Good luck, girl. I set a cooling timer for 20 minutes. Now, after you did the hard part, this is the easy part. You fold them, and you fold them. I'm not going to put them in paper towel this time. Well, maybe what I'll do is I'm going to put 2 directly into the refrigerator and 2 into the freezer. So the 2 that go in my refrigerator, I will not put a paper towel around. But the 2 that are going in my freezer, so that way when I pull them out and the moisture that gathers from the freezer, I will go ahead and put a paper towel around those. When I do my Begga cakes, the rutabaga ones, I have to put a paper towel around it because when the rutabaga, as it cools down and as it settles, it creates a lot of moisture in the bag. So, I mean, it's already cooled down, so I shouldn't say as it cools down, but just as it defrosts from being frozen, it adds a lot of extra moisture in the bag. So, and I freeze these. Now, some people say, well, you know, what's the texture after they've been frozen? Yeah, they're a little hard, they're a little rubbery, but nothing a microwave can't handle. I don't know, I'm not a texture person, so you kind of have to trial and error it yourself. Just pop one in the freezer and see what you think if you just do one in the freezer. But there you go, guys. That's how I'm making my Carni cake this week. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.